So let me just warm up. So let me just roll the TNT. We got tangents and trivia. It's TNT, baby. Go on, tell them.
I got asked to DJ for a rapper at Reading and Leeds, didn't I?
I didn't expect you to go with this. Yeah, let's go with it.
So it tends to be quite a lot of the time. Like, obviously, DJing isn't a very hard thing to do. But I think no matter what you're doing in the music industry, there's not as much money as there once was. And then especially at festivals, there isn't as much money as there is for a normal performance, because at the end of the day, it's more of you got a million people performing and you're just trying to promote them.
Yeah.
But I got asked to DJ for this rapper at Reading and Leeds, and I said yes. And they agreed to give me X amount of money, pay for the costs. And I'm on the phone, and I'm like, oh, give me that in writing, because I've learnt from previous lessons.
Yeah, always in writing.
That you need to get things in writing, even if that person's really matey and pally with the phone. And I was having a perfectly pleasant conversation with the guy, and all the other times it's happened, it's perfectly pleasant until it comes down to the money. So
circumstances change a person.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know what it must be the same in other parts.
It's the creative industry in general. You'll find that, you know, even what you've said at that whole statement about there not being as much money in it as there once was. And it really comes down to the what's the word? I guess that's not a word. Replaceability isn't a word. So let me throw that out anywhere. I
think it probably is a word.
Maybe, but how easy it is to replace someone, and it's the same in modeling. Like if I give someone a rate that they don't like, there are a load of people who are upcoming and maybe nowhere near the same. Actually, they definitely ain't the same quality. They ain't, do you know what I mean? They just ain't. They ain't the same quality, and that's fine. I can say that, and you should be saying that because you're the main character of your own life. Own it.
Yeah. Be the lightning man.
That's it. Can't remember where I was going. Yeah, there's always someone who is just starting or is happy to accept a lower budget.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the creative industry currently, and unfortunately, is thriving on right now.
Because you're either doing it for your portfolio or you're doing it for your exposure, is the term that they said in the end. So it went from, I was going to get paid this and cover my costs, to, you got to kind of do it for the exposure.
That's annoying.
And obviously I've got offers to do less big things per exposure, and I'll say no, because you have to kind of draw the line somewhere, do you know what I mean? And it would be great for me to be at Reading and Leeds and post pictures on my Instagram and let everybody know how great my life is, do you know what I mean?
For 24 hours though.
Even though, it's not even me playing my own songs, it's me putting a balaclava on and being a backup dancer for some guy while he's rapping.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up doing that anyway, and I was kind of not that annoyed about it really, because then I saw them kind of rehearsing, and the difference is with their set, where this is where all the money issues kind of came in, is they wanted to be the only person on that entire stage that came and played drums and guitar over the top of the beats. So it's like a live band kind of thing, even though it's not a live song, because you're playing some of the parts of the song.
Yeah.
I'll be press play on a CD with that on, and then
and they're just doing their thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was like an interesting thing to talk about like, no matter where people are in their life, whether they're kind of professional enough to be playing on a stage at Reading and Leeds, there's no money left in the place. I mean, I don't know what the industry was like 20 years ago when there was a bit more money in it, but like my experience of it in the last few years is just basically, we are going to pay you for this, and then once you've done it, it's like either an excuse, we haven't got access to the account at the minute, so we can't.
It's trash, and what you'll find is the more known you become, the less of a problem it is. And I tell you,
like you say, you're not replaceable.
Yeah. Because I tell you, from like a modelling perspective, there used to be times where people would always approach me, time for prints. Basically, can I take a picture for free? Can you travel to here for free? Can you do this for free? And I'm like, it all sounds fantastic, but it has to mutually benefit you. Time for prints, if you're doing anything for exposure, it has to benefit you, because yes, it can expose you, but to who? Is it going to expose you to someone who's going to give you 4 different job opportunities? Because if it isn't, then it's not worth my time. Do you know what I mean? And I think a big issue is I'm gonna have to come back to that because I've completely lost my train of thought. Old man moment. Old man moment. I was about to go in.
This is where we'll insert the little theme tune thing. So this massive
tangents
and trivia.
Yeah. Hey, it's TNT. So what I've found to be a big thing now is the more you try to focus on building your brand, the more selective you become with your jobs as you start to progress through things. You know, people start to approach you only with the intention of paying you because they have to.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're well known, if you start to tell other people about the situations you've been in, because of the following that you have, because of the influence that you have, people are like, I don't want to be known as a bad guy to all of those people that he knows. And you find like the urgency is a lot bigger. But guarantee if you don't have the numbers and you don't have like the clout or whatever, that people will try to mistreat you. And they'll act like they're doing you a favour when they're not. Exactly. They're just taking you for an absolute mug of tea.
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not happening. Last time I checked, I'm human. I ain't got handles and I'm not filled with hot liquid, you know what I mean? It's not happening, man.
Yeah, you got to, as I said, you got to draw a line somewhere. And for me, it's always been, if you're my mate, then I'll give you the benefit of the doubt once. But
and when you love it as well, like you will come to that point. It's just, again, understanding how do we push ourselves in, you know, this new day and new age. Put something on TikTok, it goes viral. Put something on Instagram, it has to be a reel. And it's going, well, like, how can I present what I want to present to people, but in the format that these applications, these platforms that will give us that bigger social responsibility, like, what format can I get that out in that works best on there? I think that's the really, really hard thing, and I think that's a thing for any creators listening who are, you know, just starting and stuff like that. Like, yes, of course there will be times where you need to do your time for prints, but you also need to know that there's a point in time where you need to put your foot down and be like, no, I'm actually worth more than that. And you will hit those funny roadblocks, don't you? I've just posted something on Instagram, actually, a reel, which is, I don't know if you've seen that latest trend where it's like present you having a problem. So present me was like, oh, I need some more modeling jobs, and then there's like a picture of a kid me going, oh wait, what, we model now? Do you know what I mean? And it's sometimes you have to reflect on these things and go, okay, it's not about where I want to go, now it's going, wow, just appreciate how far you've came, and then use that energy. No, joking. Inappropriate. We're gonna cut that. No, I'm joking. Wow, like, yeah, that's how far I've gone. I'm going to say gone now. I'm going to say gone. It's how far I've gone. And yeah, man, just appreciate the journey. You know, you're going to hit those roadblocks. You're going to hit those things where you're like, oh, everyone's just trying to take the piss and opportunities. But just remember, you have got yourself to a point now where you know that you're worth more than the opportunity that these people are trying to give to you. Rip you off.
And I think
soft, man.
Bring it back to the beginning of the thing. One of the easiest ways to do stuff is just ask for people to give me that in writing, and then that kind of weeds out all the people that are going to try and take the piss a little bit, if you know what I'm saying, because once you've written something down, you've committed to it. For sure. And, you know, something in line with me being self-employed, I've realised is once you start to get to a certain bracket, so for instance, as a PT, I'm relatively expensive for where we're based. Once you start to operate at that higher level, you're sometimes really worried about the amount of people who are going to say no to you. Oh no, you're way too expensive, you're too this. But guarantee when people pay for a relatively expensive person, you know they're a no-nonsense person. You know if someone's going to pay for something and invest into you, you know, like, you have to be on point because they're ready to give everything that you're ready to give them. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like someone, I think it was my coach said to me, my business coach always said to me, look, when you're raising your prices, what you need to now keep in mind is Tesla doesn't worry about Vauxhall. Do you know what I mean? They're two different brackets. People who want a Tess, not saying that they're serious guys in comparison to the Vauxhall users, because for me, I couldn't give a toss about a car. It's got 4 wheels, it gets me somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Once I drive. Yeah, when they replace roads with when the roads are made of wheels, you don't need wheels on the car, like I was saying earlier. Oh shit, that's my invention. Pattern is bending. Pattern up, man. Pattern up. Yeah, man. So
that's like, I don't even know how to end this one. I'm just gonna say I've got nothing else to say on that matter.
Yeah, well,
That's it.
as I said, I just thought it was funny to just say things never change, no matter where you are. Not saying that I'm in much of a different place than I have been in the last few years, but no matter who it is you're dealing with, you just always have to kind of make sure that you're taking it seriously and make sure you get stuff in right. And otherwise, I could have ended up getting mugged off again.
I'd disagree with what you said though, in terms of when you go in you're not as far, or whatever you just said a minute ago, because I think from where you are now to where you was a few years ago, yes, okay, from like a social awareness aspect, you may not have seen like as much of a change, but I guess personally, like in the background, you're now in a space where you can create a lot more. I feel you're able to focus a lot more, like how your job works. You can be a lot more home based, and that's conducive to you just being like that.
So I'm just always in my sat here, just facing that way on the computer.
I remember like you had these bad boys going on as well.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of other things, and I just think, in line with what I was saying, you know, sometimes just have that little look back and be like, bloody actually, yeah, I'm here now. Now I'm ready for this.
Yeah, I think
sometimes
that was just me being modest. I don't know what modest means. I always get it mixed up, but humble. Yeah, like I guess as you say, it's maybe not from awareness or views or listens to my tracks or whatever, but
personal circumstances.
It's definitely the amount of experience that I've got over the last few years. Like I've done loads of random things, haven't I? I've kind of done a bit of a radio thing. I've done some video.
Yep. It's almost like a can of Coke, and like our journeys are like a can of Coke. Like a can of a refreshing.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't say that.
Soda beverage.
A can of Kalar. Yes, a can of Kalar. Yeah. So you know, our journey, I believe, is almost like it's being shaken up. That's all your experience. That's everything that you've made. That's everything that you've put into the process. Is it that big? Yeah. So we're going on lift off, all right? And bit by bit, as you're adding things in, you're shaking it up that little bit more. And there's at one point when the lid will pop off, and that's just when you'll rock it, because you'll have everything behind you ready to just absolutely destroy that growth level. So
that's my vast amount of my Pierre dubs I got on the memory stick.
Yeah, man. It's just that one opportunity.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, wherever it is. If you're out there, show yourself.
Yeah. If you're willing to give us the opportunity, give it to us. All right, signing out on that one. We got tangents and trivia. We got tangents. Naim and Sammy be on TNT. Okay, guys.
My voice is really annoying.
Okay, guys. So we really appreciate you listening to this episode, and we hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to follow me at the Naikage. Is it that? I don't know, man. I've been hacked so many times.
Is that how you say it? I thought it was Nikage.
Nah, it's Naikage. It's like this is supposed to be my boy. It's supposed to be my family member, bro. I think it's at Naikage.
We'll put it on the screen.
And if you want health, I can't even get it out. If you want health and fitness tips,
please don't get it out.
That's at nk.mind fitness and health. And Sammy B.
If you want my tip, then you follow me at SammyByrne _ That's BYRNE. Burn.
You can tell he's a radio boy, can't you?
I got the face for it.
Thank you very much, guys.